Let's talk about my iPad, what are my favorite current apps, as well as some note-taking tips and how I customize it. Let's get into it. Hi girlies, welcome to today's video where I'll be talking all about what is on my iPad. Love this thing, but this was actually recommended by one of you guys, so thank you for commenting and providing such a good idea. Let's get into it. This is the iPad I have in all its glory. It is the iPad Air in the color Starlight. It is a gorgeous color, but you can't really see it often because I do have a case. This case I just got from Amazon. They have a bunch, you can get them anywhere, but I just got mine in a light pink color, and as you can tell, I have already decorated the top part. Another accessory I have on my iPad will be the paper-like screen protector. I think that it's important as well that you have something to protect your screen from any scratches, and especially if you use the Apple Pencil. I use the second generation Apple Pencil, which I think is a perfect investment for any of those that are using an iPad for college. But that is what I have to protect and accessorize my iPad. Going in with my lock screen, I keep it pretty simple. This is just an image I found on Pinterest, and I think that it's very cute as a little opening for my iPad. As you can see, everything is literally packed into one single page. I like to be very intentional with the apps that I have on my iPad because this is where I do all of my homework, schoolwork, and also my editing, and these type of things take up a lot of storage. So I don't like to have a lot of miscellaneous things on this because I need all the storage I can get. So let's get into it. First, starting off with the widgets. I love decorating and customizing my iPad because I feel like it's a nice touch of who you are and it's pretty to look at. So all the widgets I have on here are from an app called Photo Widget. If I just go to my page, these are all the widgets I have created in the past. And at the top, you have all of the options of widgets you can create. I stick to the photo widgets, and these are all just pictures I import from Pinterest. And then the calendar. This is how I did mine. I just went to the largest widget available and I imported a cute little picture. Of course, I had to add a matcha because I'm obsessed, and I just think it adds a cute little touch to the calendar. So that is the top widget. I also have this cute motivational quote widget just to kind of have on. Doesn't hurt to read some positive words when you open up your iPad. Below it, I have a cute widget. These are just pictures from Pinterest that I found aesthetic and wouldn't mind having on the cover of my iPad. To the left, I have a little Spotify widget, which I also love because it's easy access to all my playlists, and they added a recent feature where you just press the little play button and it immediately plays your music, which we love that. Then we have two tiny widgets on the left. One of them is my little Enhypen widget, and then the other one is a cute, like productive, motivational type of widget too. Moving on to my apps, you can see that everything is organized into little folders. Even on my phone, everything is organized like that. I hate the appearance of having all my apps all over the place. To me, it is just like chaotic. There are 4 folders on my iPad, them being school, entertainment, productivity, and photo and video. Starting with my school folder, we have Canvas Student, which is the app my university uses. Then I have Goodnotes. This is my favorite app. Like, I use this to study, write notes, all of the above that goes with school, even with YouTube. I will share in a bit. But I love Goodnotes. It is such a good investment. I think this is only a yearly fee, but I think that it has some of the best features. As you can see, I have everything organized in little folders. I feel like you're gonna notice the common pattern. Everything is organized, but I'm just trying to make my life simple, and I totally recommend it as well. I have my planner, and then I have folders for the courses that I'm currently taking and then the previous semester. I'm coming close to a year of having my iPad, and honestly, it has been such a game changer in my school life, so I totally recommend. But I kind of wanted to share a little bit of my settings that I use to do note taking, so I'm gonna go into my OChem lecture folder, and as you can even see, I have all the content separated into different folders. So all of the PowerPoints from Unit 1 are in here, same with Unit 2, and I even have a separate folder for all of my handwritten notes. So let me show you an example. This would be for my chapter 4. This is kind of the way I've laid out my notes. starting with the type of template that I use, this would be the squared paper. I feel like the squared paper makes it so much more neater and kind of more precise when I write my notes. It kind of keeps me more organized because I can kind of measure where I want to write certain things. And then I also keep it yellow. I don't really mess with that setting, it just stays yellow. But for the size, I prefer the tabloid because I feel like it's bigger or wider than the Goodnotes standard. So gotta love that one. And when I do take my notes, I take all of my notes vertical. And then for the pens, I literally don't mess with this. It only stays in the ball pen. And I feel like it has worked and I'd rather just not change it up. And then for the size of my pen, I have 3 sizes. I have my go-to, which will be the 0.55 mm. I feel like this is just the most practical one. I think that, and my notes here are written in that size, so I feel like that gives you an overview of how it looks like. Even if I just zoom in right now and kind of write something out, you can see that to me this is the perfect size, especially because it kind of allows more control over your handwriting. I feel like when it is thinner, like this one at a 0.25, I feel like it makes my handwriting a little bit more messy, but either or, these are both great depending on where I'm trying to write. And then I do have a thicker one. This one is kind of I kind of mess around with this one, but I use the thicker one mostly for whenever I need to draw shapes for like my OChem or things like that. I feel like it looks nicer. For all of the colors here, I literally just go on Pinterest or Google and search up hex codes, and it gives you the ability to type them in and save them. So that's kind of what I've done, or I as well just go to custom and there are a bunch of colors to choose from. Nothing special, but I really just lean more towards the pastel colors. Some of my favorite features on here will definitely have to be the lasso because it is so practical, especially for those times that you underestimate if something is going to fit. As you're writing your notes, you can readjust things or you can move certain things around. I just find it to be a very practical tool, as well as the tape feature, because this is a great study tool for whenever you need to cover up certain things and kind of restudy and study again. I feel like that pretty much sums up a little bit of how I use Goodnotes and my favorite features for sure. Moving on, I have the files, which just holds a lot of my documents, and then I have Quizlet. This is one of my favorite study apps. What I usually do is I just click flashcards and do the original handy dandy. If I know it, I swipe right. If I don't, I swipe left for a continuous amount of times. Then I have ChatGPT, which is such a useful tool, and then GroupMe for all of my communication with clubs or classes at university. Moving on, I have my entertainment folder. This is pretty straightforward as well. These are like some of my favorite apps that I spend a lot of time on. TikTok, Netflix, Pinterest, and YouTube. Love these. Then we have productivity. I really just have a bunch of random things like Chrome, emails, PowerPoint notes. I rarely go on this folder. But then I have photo and video. This is where all of my editing happens. I have YouTube Studio, which is where I manage all of my YouTube things. iMovie, which I haven't even opened this app in so long. This is what I started editing on, but I've moved on to a different app and I love it so much more. I have Fonto, which I also haven't used in a while. Now I use Velo, which is my go-to editing app. I do have a video on how I edit my YouTube videos, so if you want to learn more about how I do that, definitely go check it out. I definitely will say it's still up to date. I do a lot of the same things still. Then I have Canva. Canva is one of my favorite apps as well, especially if you're one of those creative people. This has such a wide variety of uses. Like, not only can you make thumbnails, but you can make PowerPoints for your classes, or you can make your resume here, you can make your birthday invitation. Like, it is one of the most broadest creative platforms and I love it so much. So for a while I did have the pro version, but then I just had to cancel my subscription because it can be a little bit pricey. But I feel like I am still able to create high quality thumbnails with the free version. I will share a little tip. Before, I used to use a lot of the designed kind of templates for my thumbnails, more like structuralized. Now I just like to kind of literally import all of the pictures I want to use and then kind of just playing around with them. but I wanted to show you, this is what I wanted to give the tip on. In this thumbnail, for example, I have a lot of like little stickers or imports of kind of cutouts where the background is not showing, and that is a feature that Canvas offers if you want your background removed. But because I don't have the pro version, I can still do this just by going to my photos. This only works for Apple devices. I am not sure about any other device that is not Apple, as I don't have one of those. But I will take a picture and I will literally hold on it, and Photos literally creates a sticker for you, and then you can just import it into your thumbnail and play around with it. And I just think that this is like the most practical thing ever without having to get the pro version of certain apps. Thank you, Apple, for making it so much more convenient. One little graphic I really do love are these bows that I kind of put in the corners most of the time, and I love that they're free because they're a nice cute little touch. Then I have CapCut, which is a new addition to this little folder. I have always heard so much about it, and there's still so much to learn. I haven't really fully navigated it yet, and it can get a little complex. I feel like I just need to find a video that will teach me the ins and outs. That is something different. And then I just have Photo Widget, which is what I shared before. But I feel like that pretty much sums up what is on my iPad. Like I said before, it's very straightforward. I use it for what I needed. Wait, I did forget one app, guys. Let me tell you. Roblox. I literally just use this to play with my cousin because who else can relate? But I play Dress to Impress in here all the time with my cousin. That is another app I have. But other than that, I feel like that pretty much sums up what is on here. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's cute little video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.